Day 788 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 1358, number of substrings containing all three characters. The difficulty level is medium, but don't worry because you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, hype, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go on and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. Given a string S consisting only of characters A, B, and C, return the number of substrings containing at least one occurrence of all these characters A, B, and C. All right, y'all, so that may seem a little bit confusing at first, so let's go ahead and take a look at these examples just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So, in example 1, we have our input S equals a string ABC, ABC. The output is 10. That means we can create 10 substrings containing at least one occurrence of all of these characters. So it says the substrings containing the substrings containing at least one occurrence of all the characters are. So this is a substring itself, A. This is a substring itself, B. Oh, sorry, y'all. This is a substring because we need all of the characters. So this is one substring, ABC. Then this is another substring, ABCA. Then this is another substring, ABCAB. And then this is another string, ABC. Boom. Then we have this substring right here, BCA. Then we have this substring right here, BCAB. Then we have this substring right here, BCABC. Then we have this substring right here, CAB. Then we have CABC. And then finally, we have ABC again. And in total, there were 10 of them. They are listed right here if you want to go through them yourself. Boom. Now, just in case that didn't make sense, let's take a look at example 2. So in example 2, our input S equals a string AAACB. This time the output is 3 because there are 3 substrings we can create containing all 3 characters. So it says the substrings containing at least one occurrence of the characters A, B, and C are this whole string right here, AAACB. Then we could do this substring AACB. Then we could do this substring ACB. Boom. And in total, there's 3 of them, so we return 3. Then finally, last but certainly not least, in example 3, we have our input S equals a string ABC. This time, there's only one substring. That substring is the whole string itself, ABC, y'all. So boom. I hope that makes sense to y'all. And now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. The solution is not that difficult at all. Now, first thing we want to do is we want to store the frequency of each required character within the current sliding window. So we're going to declare a variable called freq. We'll set that equal to an array of, an array of dictionaries, I guess you could say, because we're going to say, we're going to initialize it like this. Open up the quotation marks. It's going to be a string, colon. Then we're going to put 0. Boom. Then we're going to do the same thing for B, colon, 0. Then we're going to do the same thing for C, colon, 0. Boom. Just like that. Then we need to create our left boundary of the sliding window. So we'll come underneath this, declare a variable called left. We'll set that equal to 0. And we also need to create a variable for our total number of valid substrings found. So we'll come underneath this, declare a variable called ands, set that equal to 0 as well. Now we're going to convert the string into an array for efficient indexing by saying let chars equal an array, open up the parentheses, and pass in s. Boom. Now we're going to expand the window by moving the right border. So we're going to say for right and 0 ... less than chars.count. We're going to open up the brackets and we're going to add the current character to the window by saying freq square bracket string, open up the parentheses, chars square bracket right, come outside of the parentheses and those square brackets, comma, we'll say default colon 0, come outside of that, and we'll say plus equals 1. Boom. Now, while the window contains at least one A, one B, and one C, it's a valid window. So we'll come underneath this and we'll say, while freak, square bracket, quotation marks, A, comma, default, colon, 0 is greater than 0, and two and signs, we could really copy and paste this part right here, just the freak up into the and. Then we'll come underneath this, copy and paste it. We're going to turn the A to a B, turn this to a B, boom. Then we need to do the same thing for C, so copy and paste again, change this to a C. We could get rid of these ands because that's the last one, and instead we can open up the brackets, boom. Now, if the current window is valid, then every substring that starts at left and ends at right or any position after right is also valid. Since extending a valid window cannot remove any existing characters, there are valid substrings starting at left. So we are going, there are chars.count minus right valid substrings, I should say, starting at left. So we'll come underneath this and we'll say ands plus equals chars.count minus right. Boom. Then we need to remove the leftmost character from the window and try to find another valid substring position. So we're going to say freak, square bracket, string, parentheses, chars, square bracket, left. Come outside of all of these, and we are going to put an exclamation point, minus equals 1. Come underneath that, we're going to say left plus equals 1. Boom. And then we're going to return the total number of substrings containing at least one A, one B, and one C by coming down here. And we could say return ands. Boom, y'all. Let's go ahead and give this a run. Make sure it runs properly before we submit it. It's accepted, so let's go ahead and submit this. Make sure it's still accepted after we submit it. Boom, and look at that, y'all. 92 milliseconds beats 30.77% of users. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see, y'all. So, with that being said, make sure you get one more look at the code. This is the top part. This is the bottom part. And yeah, y'all, with that being said, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.